The year is 1993, and we're going to talk about Amos and Andrew. I am Brian Lee. You are?
Brandan.
You are?
Christopher Lee.
Very good. Good job, everybody. We passed.
We haven't messed it up yet.
Yep. I'm Brandan. No, shit. I'm an idiot. Before we get into the movie, let's get into the beer. Something very specific about this beer. So open it, drink it.
Stop telling me what to
Drink
do.
it. Whoa.
Don't drink it into the microphone. Okay. Oh, very good, everybody. Okay. Drink it. Away from the mic. And then I'll talk while you guys
I'm
do
expecting like a trick.
It's like the hot sauce. The canned nuts for this. I haven't had it yet. Hold on. It's not bad.
It's definitely beer.
It is.
Yeah. It's good.
I want to use the word pine, but that's not right. Very, not floral. Probably hoppy is the word.
I was going to say, it is hoppy.
Yeah, so it's Hoplift from 3rd Street Brewhouse, but it's an Aldi beer.
Oh, okay.
Fucking
Wow.
$6.99 for the 4-pack.
Wow, it's really good.
And also, I noticed before we started, the little grabber on there is the same grabber as the guy from Deadfall. Remember the diamond guy?
No, he only had two.
Huh.
No,
This has three.
no, he had the crab claw, but then he had the diamond claw, which
That's
should be
right.
we thought should be his real hand.
Oh, look at you.
Is this a dumbbell or what is this on the eye?
That looks like a is that nuts and bolts? No, I don't know what that is.
I was going to say that, but I don't know what the yeah.
I don't know what
We're
the
going with
point of
dumbbell.
Okay. So,
I'll definitely have to include a close-up of this, otherwise people are going to be like, what the fuck?
What are they talking about?
They're going over the artwork of the beer can? That's the worst audio podcast ever.
I like the green.
For a black and white podcast.
So, the movie starts off. Wait, where does it? Okay, hold on. First, I don't know why I'm saying hold on. I'm the only one talking.
Wait a minute.
Where does this take place?
On an island. I don't know where.
They keep saying island.
Yeah. I don't know.
Not Canada.
Yeah, close
Right.
to, it's got to be close to Canada. And it's an island full of liberals, too.
Yes.
Or that, yeah. So I would think somewhere
I'm going to see if I can find the
northeast.
location.
Where?
Northeast.
Yeah, I was
if
wondering if it was like Washington. I said that weird Washington, maybe. I'll see if I can find the.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but they were talking about.
There's summer homes.
Right.
So there's that. I think northeast.
You think so?
Yeah, because remember that one guy was a big hotshot lawyer in New York City?
Yeah.
So-
And then wasn't Samuel Jackson and his wife, weren't they from Boston?
Yes.
Oh, I don't remember that part.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, while he's looking that up.
right.
So it opens up with this like.
It was shot in North Carolina.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just what I got.
So it's like it shows like the ocean or some sort of body of water, and
Yeah.
Bobby Darin is playing. I like that song.
Yeah, it's fun.
And yeah, it's
New England.
New England. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
And it shows like a ferry, and there's like Samuel L. Jackson, and he's just kind of like taking in the waves and all that good stuff. And he's headed to his new summer home. Mm-hmm. Samuel L. Jackson is a black man, which plays a very big part of this.
I know, weird.
And the first thing that I noticed right away is his Cosby sweater.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
You know,
I didn't notice
because-
until later in the movie, but yes.
Yeah, I do own some Cosby sweaters, or I used to.
You used to?
Yeah.
Do you still have
Surprised. I
them?
know. I love Cosby sweaters.
You should wear more on the podcast.
Yeah.
While it's 90 degrees outside.
I know.
Brett sweat cam.
Super close with just sweat.
How hot is it? And then so it's like just it's showing these like various kind of like scenes. So yeah, it shows him on the ferry.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to Nick Cage in jail
He's doing handstands.
Yeah.
Lots of them. And so what was he doing? Was he just like seeing how long he can hold it, or
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know if he was doing handstand push-ups or we
Yeah.
just weren't seeing the push-ups.
No, I bet you they told him like, okay, do some like exercise, and then he's like, you know what, I'm just gonna do a handstand.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right. Yeah, because like the cliche is like, they're doing push-ups or like dips on the bed. But like, nope,
just doing a handstand.
That's pretty great.
Getting ready for cheerleading competitions.
Well, and that cell was close enough where like when he came down, his feet were like pretty close to like nailing the bed.
Right.
Yeah.
So it just didn't seem very safe is all I'm saying.
So then after they do their little montage, they show Samuel Jackson. He's driving towards his summer home, and he's on a sweet car phone.
Sweet car phone. Oh.
There's a lot of cool phones in this movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
And actually, I think I made a note of it. The one cell phone that the chief has, we had that same cell phone.
The Zach Morris phone? Big gray brick?
I didn't watch Saved by the Bell, dude.
Well,
I was a guy.
Oh.
that really hurts my feelings.
Yeah, well, you know.
Oh, okay, well.
Truth hurts.
Well, you know what? It's a great phone, and you missed out.
What time is it? Truth hurting.
That's the joke. Is when is a dentist's favorite time? Tooth hurting. So get it right or pay the price.
What's that from? Oh, salute your shorts,
Yes,
right? Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah, okay.
Knowing Brand, I just assumed that'd be like a WWE joke or something.
So then it cuts back to the jail, and like, you know, the chief. I forget the guy. I forget the chief. It's something with
Yeah,
T. I really don't care.
just the chief.
But like, oh, you get one phone call. So he's just like kind of standing there by the payphone. The payphone, that's a thing, or was a thing.
Yeah.
And then he's just kind of saying like, "Oh, you ain't got no one to call," and you know, like, "Oh, yeah." And so then it finally, like, they kind of show a couple other things, and then it finally goes back to him, and he's talking to someone. He's like, "Oh, large combination pizza."
Yeah.
So he's ordering a pizza, and like, he's trying to order beer too.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Get back in here."
The chief just hangs up.
Right.
Phone, boom, done.
Yeah, and then says, it's taxpayer money you're spending.
Right.
What? Like, is he trying to say that taxpayers pay the phone bill for the jail?
Or that quarter that they got? I don't understand.
Probably
Yeah.
a quarter.
Think so?
Where did the quarter come from?
It was probably the chief's quarter from his salary from the taxpayers.
Okay, that would kind of
I just thought of that now. So
I mean, I'll take it.
And then at some point in all this, they show this one couple who, I'm just gonna say it now, I could have done without the couple. They didn't need to be in this movie.
no.
I didn't.
I mean, for the story, they're kind of crucial, but
Yeah, but okay, they didn't have to be as annoying as they were.
Yes.
So it's the Gilmans.
yes,
I forget their names.
Phil Gilman.
Phil Gilman and
it wasn't Jill, was it? Jill, that'd be terrible.
Jill Gilman. That's what it is.
I don't think it was, but
Jill.
let's stick with it.
It was
and
Jill.
I'm trying. The guy.
The dog was Rommel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Who
Easily the best character of the movie.
Yes.
Yes, the dog.
Yes,
Yeah. By far, the dog is the best.
And actually, Rommel is eerily similar to Emmett.
I was gonna ask that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
freaky.
Yeah.
Like, I was like sending pictures to Natalie. I'm like, oh my God, it's
Yeah.
fucking Emmett. Like,
That's
all the
exactly what I
mannerism.
thought, yeah.
It's crazy, dude. Rommel is like a white German Shepherd. Easily the best character in this movie,
Yes.
like you said.
Yes.
For sure.
So the Gilmans go to walk Rommel, and I feel like I'm a Muppet when I say that. Rommel. And while they're walking Rommel, here's Samuel Jackson, and he speeds past him. And they're like, wow, what the?
And his BMW.
It didn't really seem like he was too close to him.
No,
at all.
I mean, he was going a little fast.
He was a little fast, but
I mean,
it's not like he was like right on the the side of the road. They were perfectly fine. And
Right.
the guy's like, "Oh my God!"
Right, and they thought it was like one of their neighbors' kids or something like that.
Yes.
So they are walking some more, and then they go to said neighbor's house. And they're like, "Oh, we'll go say hi to Bob and Susie or whatever their name is." And they walk up, and they're like, and then that's where they see the BMW that Samuel Jackson was driving. And they're like, "Oh, it must have been one of the kids or whatever," because they didn't recognize the car. And they look in the window and they see Samuel Jackson.
Yep.
And he's like trying to plug in a stereo, and they're like, "Oh, a black man!"
Like, it must have been hilarious back then for a black man stealing something. Like, it just made. I don't know. It just I want to know like a black guy stealing must have been hilarious. Like that must have been. I didn't think it was funny.
Right.
Like what they did.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's stealing. Let's call the cop. I'm like,
Yeah, the whole movie is like slapsticky.
Yeah.
But at like weird
Yes.
points.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's like, okay, well, like, oh my God, the black guy. Call the cops right away.
Right. Yeah, that's what I noticed too. Is just a lot of slapstick shtick, and I'm just
Right.
like, oh my god,
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yes.
it all starts to happen really quickly. I'm like, oh fuck, it's
Yeah.
gonna be one of these movies.
Here- what's interesting though is like Nick Cage and Samuel L. Jackson, the two people known for kind of like overacting, they're actually pretty good in this movie.
I was going to say there wasn't
It's all
much,
like the cops and that like two couple that are just awful.
Yeah, yeah.
And Rommel's the shit.
And Rommel, but the Chief's mustache is terrible.
Yes.
It's like who? I mean, it can't
Was it
purposely.
fake?
No, it's
Okay.
real, but you can't possibly. No one's mustache grows like that on purpose. I mean, you have to like purposely shave down the top like that.
Yeah.
It's like that weird like Chris Cornell mustache.
yes, yes.
You know. It's like that's my Chris Cornell. R.I.P.
So at this part, because this is where they call the cops, and
Right.
the cops come and all this stuff. The whole like the cops looking in, everything, the whole confusion, and then Jackson comes out. I was just like, fast forward 10 seconds. Fast forward 10
You really
seconds.
fast forward?
This is the first movie I've ever done it to because it was so
Really? This is the first one?
Yeah, the humor they were trying to go with, I just thought it was stupid and annoying. I'm like, I'm not gonna sit through like however many minutes of this of the confusion where he's like, Samuel Jackson easily could have said, yeah, my house, and
Right.
it would have been over, done.
Well, and that's kind of the yeah, because that's the I forgot like when they like reveal. It's not a reveal,
Right.
But basically, like so the two old annoying couple, they basically their neighbors. They lived in a house, but they moved out.
Right.
Samuel L. Jackson moved in. And the only way we really know that is when Samuel L. Jackson pulls into the driveway. There's like a sold sign on the
that's laying
ground.
on the ground.
But yeah, that like fell over. So apparently they're terrible neighbors because they didn't know that.
Right.
Yeah, I was
That's what
gonna
I thought,
say
too.
they're such
That's
good
right.
friends,
Yeah,
but you don't know they left.
Like they didn't see
Right,
the moving trucks or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
That's
Like,
what. Yeah, that's. I mean, I get it. It's a summer home, but it's like, okay, if they're such good friends, like,
Yeah.
you would think he's like, oh, hey, we won't see you next summer because
Yep.
we're fucking selling it, or there'd be a for sale sign
Yes.
because people would buy it during
Yes.
the summer or something. I don't know, because no one wants to move in the winter because it's fucking cold and you're gonna fucking slip while you're moving your fucking
Especially-
dresser. But that's still beyond the point.
especially New England.
Yes,
yeah, right.
yes.
Yeah, so like, oh, really? How good of friends are you with this
Yeah.
couple? But yeah, so I mean, yeah, the whole thing, like, oh, we gotta call the cops. We gotta call, like, I wrote down, I hate this couple already because it's just
And
Yeah, they
I
were
think
so
it's at
annoying.
that point because they're just supposed to be middle aged kind of like white couple, like
Yeah.
whatever. But the guy, the husband, had a huge gold chain. I was like,
Right.
that doesn't fit at all.
Right.
All right. Well, I just love when the cops come and the guy with the huge gold, he's like, well, I'm not racist.
Yeah.
but I'm just like, okay, it's where it is.
Well, and let's also, let's not, forget their fucking really racist, like,
Oh yeah,
garden
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Like the black guy with like the lantern.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, ugh.
Oh man, I'm gonna probably sound real dumb. Wasn't there like a Nazi General Rommel?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. General Rommel.
Was he the one that was in
No.
Africa?
I think Rommel was Africa. Yeah, I think it was.
let me look
I think it was
that.
Rommel.
'Cause,
And,
like,
Rommel and Patton, I believe.
Because once
They're the ones that went head to head.
I
think.
said that the dog's name was Rommel, I was like, oh, are they like Nazis?
I was
Is that,
thinking
like,
that
the angle
too,
they're going
yeah,
with?
yeah.
I didn't even catch all that.
Yeah.
Erwin Rommel, German general,
Wasn't he in Africa?
known as the Desert Fox.
Yeah.
How about that?
Anywho, so I totally thought that's where they're gonna go with it, and never mentioned.
No, not at all. No.
But yeah, so when the Chiefs ask him, like, oh, did you see them drive up? We're like, well, we saw the car. And they're like, well, we saw the car in the driveway. They're like, oh, it must be a hostage situation.
Yeah.
So it's just
Yeah.
like, let's get the SWAT team in here.
Yeah.
It's like, what kind of fucking wackadoo
Right.
world?
It just jumps from like one to another in huge leaps.
Yeah.
Right.
Huge leaps.
Yeah,
It's
it
just
basically
like
went
really.
from there's a black guy stealing stereo equipment to get the sniper rifle.
Yeah.
It's like-
Exactly.
And then it's shortly after where the reporter Waldo Waldo
Lake?
Waldo Lake, I think.
Yeah.
With the craziest fucking eyebrows ever. It's like,
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Speaking of Muppets, he looked like a fucking Muppet
yeah.
with those fucking eyebrows. I don't know. He's like, I've been known to know a story from Dr. He has the press emblem on his like visor. I'm like, there's just a lot of characters I just didn't like.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's like, the Waldo Lake, the reporter, interviews.
Sorry. They're just jamming my thigh in my pocket.
Wants to interview because the chief wants the Gilmans to get away from the scene.
Yeah.
So they start walking back down the road, and that's where Waldo Lake, the reporter, is just like, you have time to talk, and they're like, it was a black man.
Yeah.
He's like, black man, you say? And then that's where they find out like he's not a real reporter. He's just kind of like, I forget the wording that they use, but
he was freelance something or other.
Yeah, because it's just a reporter and then like his camera guy.
Yeah.
So then they go back to the scene, and it's like this is where like all of the police force is there of this island, and then
This is where I'm skipping. Okay. Skipping.
I forget, but Donaldson is the one cop's name.
Donaldson,
Yeah, and he like puts like mud and dirt all over his face, and he like starts running up there like, what's he doing? And then he
Night ops.
Yeah, he
Terrible excuse, but
bumps into the BMW, and the alarm starts going off. And that wakes up because this whole time Samuel L. Jackson has fallen asleep in his chair, reading. I think it was like Forbes, like with him on the cover or something like that.
douche move.
And we should also mention that he doesn't have phone service yet.
Oh no.
Because he said that in his car phone. He's like, I'm calling you now because the telephone company has
that's right.
phone service.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. The car alarm wakes him up, and like he's like making his way to like the door, and then he like cracks it open because he thinks there's intruders.
Yeah.
And then that's when everyone just starts shooting.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry, no.
Well, I remember this part. Yeah, but the key. And he goes to do it, and the guy's like, he's got a gun.
No. Wait, hold on, because he steps out on out the front door on his porch.
Donaldson's like, freeze.
Yeah, the cop in blackface basically. He's behind the BMW and he points his gun at Samuel L. Jackson. He's like, freeze! Put down your weapon. And Samuel L. Jackson, he doesn't have a weapon. He has his car keys.
Right.
And that and the whole time the car alarm is going off. It's annoying everyone,
right,
including the viewers.
Yes.
And but the weird thing was like Samuel L. Jackson's like, I can't hear you. Let me turn off the alarm, and then points his keys.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that was kind of
like I don't think car alarm technology was that bad to where you had to point it at the car.
No.
So but he points his keys, and then that Davidson Donaldson, he's like, he's got a weapon. He starts shooting.
And
all the other cops.
Everyone starts shooting.
All the other cops start shooting. A lot of them had shotguns.
Right.
So they just light up his house.
So then the chief is like, we got to get a line into the house. So now all of a sudden Samuel L. Jackson, so he runs upstairs. He's got a frying pan and he's hiding. And they get a line into the house. They're like, he's like, who is this? And I mean, Samuel L. Jackson is like speaking like very just, I don't know, just like, I guess not what they pictured. Like he's not speaking like they think a black man would.
Yes, right.
So they think they're talking to a white guy in the phone. And they're like, I saw a guy with a gun. And they're like, what do you look like? And I forget what they fucking said. Whatever. But then somehow, they're like, what's your name? He's like, Andrew Sterling. And then all of a sudden he kind of puts his hand down. He's like, where have I heard that name before? And I
feel like the chief does that a lot in this movie.
Yes.
He'll be talking, and like while the other person is still talking, he'll be like, hey, let me have this other conversation.
And Waldo Lake comes up. He goes, I heard the name Andrew Sterling. He goes, he's very famous and blah, 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 blah. And then he goes, I do know one thing. He's black. I'm like, you know one thing.
Yeah, that's the one thing he knows about him.
Right. So it's just like, at this point, it's like, this is where the chief realizes like he's messed up and he's like, okay. Like, I've really made a blunder here.
Yeah. Oopsies.
Right. So who I think when the chief realizes he really messed up, that's where he's like, oh, grab that couple, the Gilmans. He's like, oh, I'm going to drop them off.
Yeah.
Because they were originally there when they thought like, oh, it's a black man inside.
Yeah,
So he's like, okay,
yeah.
I got to get rid of like any sort of witness
Yeah.
to this whole thing. So yeah, he drops them.
Yeah, because it's when Waldo Lake or whatever. Because isn't when he says like, oh, he's an accomplished author or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Isn't that the point where the chief realizes like, oh, there wasn't a black man trying to steal the stereo. That's just he lives there. And it's the Gilmans that got everything wrong.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
But it's an election year.
Exactly.
So he needs to hide it.
Yes.
Yes. And then also on top of that, the chief steals Waldo Lake's VHS tape. He confiscates it. And he's just like, you're violating my First Amendment rights. He's like, fuck the First Amendment.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. So he drops off the Gilmans, and then this is where the chief is like, okay, I found my out. So this is where Nick Cage finally comes back into the picture.
I did look at the time. I think it was like 20 or 30 minutes in. I was like, oh, thank God. He's back. Nick Cage is back in the movie.
Yeah.
Right. And he's like, okay, we're going to use Nick Cage as our patsy. We're going to have you go in there, pretend you're the gunman.
Yeah.
And then,
and Nick Cage is holding Samuel L. Jackson hostage.
Right.
So he would get arrested, and then they would let him go later. The chief would let Nick Cage go later to Canada. Yeah. Because that's where he wants to go anyways.
And kind of one of the funny things is, so like when the chief is driving Nick Cage to Samuel L. Jackson's house, the way Nick Cage is looking at the pizza being delivered to the police station, like, oh man, that kind of made me chuckle a little bit. So,
was he looking at the pizza, or who was the delivery person?
The girl.
Oh no, I think he's looking at the girl then. Because didn't they make some?
No, I thought he was looking at the pizza.
No, because didn't they make some comment about how he's in jail because he was with like a younger girl?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. Yeah, I thought he was like longing for the pizza.
I mean, I wish, but I don't think that was the case.
How about both?
It could be.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
So yeah, the chief gives Nick Cage's instruction. He gives him a sawed-off shotgun that he had confiscated from the car that Nick Cage got caught in.
Oh, okay.
Did we mention that Nick Cage thought he was in Canada, or he was headed to Canada, but he was way off?
Yeah, because he tried exchanging some American money for Canadian.
Yeah. Right.
And they're just didn't work.
Yeah, we learned Nick Cage is bad at geography.
Yes.
Yeah. So they're like, go inside. The chief is saying to Nick Cage, like, go inside, and then, we'll come get you in like 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So Nick Cage is in there, and like, he's looking for Samuel L. Jackson. That Samuel L. Jackson is, he's on the phone with the chief, and he's like, oh, well, he won't know where you are.
Yeah.
And then right away, Nick Cage is like, I know you're in here. It was a pretty funny comedic beat. Yeah. So he's hiding. He's hiding underneath the bed, and then he's like, get out from under the bed, and he then like Nick Cage ties Samuel L. Jackson to the chair.
Yeah.
And what is it? Oh, Samuel L. Jackson, Andrew Sterling. He thinks that the FBI sent Amos, Nick Cage.
Yeah, to kill him.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right, because he's a wealthy.
Are you assassin?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Because like the white man's trying to get the wealthy black man down or something like that.
Yes.
And then this is where the chief begins communication with Nick Cage inside. Mm-hmm. And then the chief sees all the press starting to show up, and this is where he's on our cell phone.
Well, because remember the chief, he shot when he took the shotgun, he shot it like once or twice, and that's when that couple heard the shot. And like that, the guy's like, "That's it, we're calling the press." Then that's how the press all got there too.
And all the press shows up.
Yeah.
So then the chief's like, "Oh, this is great! Like this is why be in a column when you can be on the front page?"
Yeah. Election year.
Yeah. Oh my god, that got real.
We definitely went past it, but the one thing that kind of rolled my eyes at is when the BMW alarm was going off, back a little bit earlier. I forgot if it was it must have been a police officer. I don't think it was Samuel L. Jackson, but the BMW car alarm is going off. And the guy just shoots the hood twice.
Oh, yeah.
And the alarm goes off. Like, why would shooting the engine to a car turn off the alarm?
But also, the alarm doesn't just shut off. It goes, I'm like, I don't think it works that way. I don't think it slows down like that.
Yeah, that was weird.
So once the chief sees the pressure on him, he's like, make it another 10 minutes. He's like, another 10 minutes? What? And I forget... So when the chief also sees all the press showing up, he's like, "Oh, we need to get more crowd control out here." And he's like, "We don't want another Vietnam."
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I didn't know what that meant.
And in my mind, I'm like, why wouldn't he say we don't want another Waco? But then I looked up when Waco happened, and it was pretty close. I'm like, it might have been too soon.
Yeah.
Like,
it's fine to joke about Vietnam.
Right.
You would think another tragedy would have happened, like, I don't know, because Vietnam was like 70s,
right?
Yeah.
Well, depending on what part of Vietnam they're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know, like Ruby Ridge or something. I don't know. You'd think there'd be some other thing.
We don't want another OJ thing.
That didn't happen yet.
Right? No, that was 92.
Oh, was that? That was 94. Well, I'm gonna look that up. Keep talking.
Okay. Is this when Cage gets the beer? Remember, he asks. Andrew
Maybe.
for the beer.
I think it's a Bass beer, I believe.
Yeah, he gets the beer, and that was the first, because he really didn't have many freakouts.
No.
But that was the freakout when he chugs the beer, and he shakes his head. And he's done that in multiple movies.
Yes, he has.
Yeah, it's like his signature
when he's like first introduced in what was the fucking Zandali.
Was that Zandali?
Yeah.
Where he walks in and he just starts headbanging?
Yeah, I forget what his name was. And then he's like, windmilling in the door. Yeah, that's like his thing that he does.
Yeah.
Hi fucking yeah. So when Nick Cage realizes like plans have kind of changed, he walks out the front door with Samuel L. Jackson with like a coat hanger around his neck and like the shotgun.
Yeah, that was weird.
He's like, I want $1 million and a helicopter.
Yeah.
And
so not relevant right now, but the O.J. Simpson case, June 12th, 1994.
Oh.
Andy's birthday. Well, wrong year,
right.
but same day. Anyway, go ahead.
Where? Yeah, Nick Cage thought he was in Canada. So then,
it was weird, and I think it's around this time where, I don't know why, but at one point Nicolas Cage starts turning off all the lights in the house, and then the chief goes, "Oh, now we have to worry about hostages."
Right?
Like, what does lights have to do with hostages? I don't know. That was weird. Made no sense.
I just like how so far in the movie, every white person is racist except Nick Cage.
Yes.
Every
right.
Yeah, every white person. It's just like they're really pushing that. It's just like that's what the movie they're going for. It's
right.
Strange.
And then
every single
white person. Yeah. Because I was thinking too. I'm like, there's like, is it just Nick Cage that seems like he's just a regular dude? No, they want everyone to be racist except him.
Huh.
So then when the chief realizes that Nick Cage won't be coming out, he's like, I'm going to take matters into my own hand. And he busts in.
Yeah.
And he finds him upstairs. And then this is where the chief drops the N-bomb.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Which I'm like, oh, what?
Basically saying no one's going to miss Andrew.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, how does that all play out? Because I know at some point Samuel L. Jackson hits the chief with a frying pan, but how does that all pan out?
Like, I might have done more. Because I don't even know.
One, I thought it was ridiculous that, again, this is kind of going back a little bit, but when they decide like, okay, Nick Cage, you're gonna go in the house, they have to, for whatever reason, put blackface on Nick Cage,
right?
Yeah.
But instead of like the chief being like, "Hey, Nick Cage, put some mud on your face,"
He does it.
Yeah, the chief does it. So he's just like, no, well, that's it. He's just like a blind person, like seeing. They're just like, there you go. I was like, oh, that's weird.
That's sensual. Yeah. So,
but yeah, I forget how that whole event where it's like, the chief comes in. Yeah, I totally forget.
Yeah, and then and he drops the N-bomb, and then somewhere around like Samuel L. Jackson hits him with the frying pan. He's like, "And word that," and I'm like,
I wrote that down.
but I can't even write the word because
understandable.
Yeah, because Nick Cage is originally holding the gun to Samuel L. Jackson,
Right.
And the chief is coming in. And he's got a gun. And he's like, you're going away or whatever.
Yeah.
But then the chief basically starts saying a whole bunch of racist stuff.
right.
So
I don't remember.
Yeah, somehow Samuel L. Jackson gets away.
Right.
The chief is still like got the gun to Nick Cage, and then Samuel L. Jackson comes up behind him, hits him with the pan, says and word that. So
So then they tape up the chief to the chair.
That was a really poor tape job.
It did his job for a while.
It's like packing tape too.
Well,
yeah. It's like that
That's
weird
why-
brown
I mean,
choice.
The Chief's got boots. You don't tape around
Cowboy
the boot.
boots.
Right.
You don't tape around the boot. You tape around the leg. Disappointing.
I love that phrase. And then Nick Cage takes that interview tape, like the Waldo Lake interview tape, where they find out like they blundered everything. He takes that. He doesn't.
It's the tape that freelance news crew. It's the interview of the old white couple being like, "Well, I'm not racist, but there's a
Right.
black guy stealing
Right.
your stereo."
Yeah.
But he doesn't even know what it is. But he just sees the tape. He's like, "Oh,
Nick Cage.
yeah." Nick Cage takes the tape. So Amos and Andrew escape from I think they're like running through the forest or something, right?
Yeah, they basically leave the house from a side door. All the police and press are in the front. Somehow they don't see them leaving.
Not at all. And is this where they go to the Gilmans?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's also around this time where they introduce Reverend Fenton Brunch.
Yes.
Reverend Brunch.
Yes.
There we go.
What a name.
And I guess he's the pastor of the church that Samuel L. Jackson went to.
Yeah.
Is that the relationship?
guess.
I don't know.
I don't really know why
I'm thinking
they were
he's
there.
More like not Reverend Al Sharpton. Who's the other?
Jesse Jackson?
Yeah, he's like one of those where he's like the black
Yeah.
man spokesman for every black man, whether they want it or not.
Yeah.
So they go into the Gilman's house, and right away, Rommel, best character in the movie, is there.
Yeah, I have it right here. So far, the dog is the best part.
Definitely.
So like he's barking, and he's like, "Oh no, he just wants to be friends," and blah
Right.
blah 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 blah.
Well, yeah, Nick Cage is saying that because Samuel Jackson's scared.
Yes. Scared of the dog.
He's like, I could tell this dog doesn't like black people.
Right,
And Nick Cage is like, what are you talking about?
Well, yeah, because then finally Rommel like calms down and he sits down, and like the dog like wants to shake his hand,
Yeah.
and Nick Cage is like, he's like, come on, shake his hand. He's like, no, I don't like dogs, and he doesn't like me.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, that dog hates black people. He's like, no, you're gonna hurt his feelings. He goes, no, he doesn't like black people. He goes, dogs are colorblind. I'm like,
Yeah, well.
they're pretty funny. So then, after that, it goes to like the preacher, and he's like got two bus full of people.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, we're gonna go there.
Yeah, got some charter buses going to go march at the...
Right. So that's another side plot. That
Yeah,
just,
I could
have done without that.
Yeah.
yeah, just-
Really, that whole, skipping ahead kind of, the whole reason for them is basically to light the house on fire.
Right.
Right, yeah.
Which I feel like they could have just had like a cop's flare
Yeah,
accidentally
right,
like go.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the SWAT team that comes later, whatever.
Yeah.
So then they're looking in. So Samuel L. Jackson and Nicolas Cage, they're looking around inside the house. Oh, for the car keys, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And they're snooping around the house, and then they go in their bedroom, and then they find the drawer full of sex toys.
Yeah.
Which
I guess that was hilarious too back in the day.
right, yeah, because like Samuel Jackson's like, God damn white people.
See, that made me laugh.
The one chuckle I got was, they open the drawer and there's a bottle, and in giant font, it just says sex grease.
And then during that scene, like Nick Cage and Samuel Jackson like are having like this like heart to heart,
right?
And this is where like Nick Cage like says that Samuel Jackson like thinks he like he thinks that Samuel Jackson married a white woman and he forgot about his past, or he's trying to forget who he is. And this is all while he's like tying a tie for him or something like that.
Why was that? Why was he doing the tie?
Well, he changed into the guy's like a suit.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Did you see like the belt he had? The belt was too big, so he just tied it in a knot around his waist.
Yeah,
It's super long. Yeah, it's pretty great. It seems like that. Like there's little things throughout that are funny that have nothing to do with the whole like overall arc, like funny racist thing. It's just smaller stuff like that, which kind of saved maybe. I don't know.
So then they go downstairs, and then like Nick Cage is like smoking the leftover joint that shows that the Gilmans.
That scene was dumb.
Yeah, so
dumb.
Yeah, because like during all this, like they show like this like quick side scene of like the Gilmans like smoking pot and like this like wow 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 wow.
Yeah, it's a super cliche stoner song. I forget which one it was, but I was like, really?
Well, and that's the thing. Like, it wasn't even like an actual like song. It was like a B, like a B side. It's like generic rock music. So yeah, Nick Cage is like smoking like the leftover joint, and he's like, he like offers it to Samuel Jackson. He's like, why do you think like all black people like do drugs? He's like, all black people I know do drugs. So like they're doing that, and then like Nick Cage tells that whole sea monkeys.
Yeah, when Sam Jackson's like, when he's like, what are sea monkeys? I'm thinking, what are sea monkeys? Like, how do you know what sea monkeys are? Everyone knows what sea monkeys are. Everyone knows.
Right.
Everyone.
Right.
So that kind of just ruined this part for me. It was a good story. Well, yeah, it was a good story that Nick Cage had.
Yeah.
But that was just like...
ruined it?
It ruined it. I mean, of course you know what sea monkeys are. You're just playing stupid.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, they said that, and I don't know what it was, but I was like, oh, sea monkeys. I haven't thought about that in a while. So I paused the movie, looked up sea monkeys on Wikipedia. And so just a little history of sea monkeys because it's so crucial to this movie.
Oh, of course.
So ant farms were popular in 1956.
Okay.
And they were popularized by Milton Levine, whatever, not important. Then Harold von Braunhut, he invented a brine shrimp-based product the next year, 1957. He marketed them intensely in comic books, which they mention in the film, throughout 1960s and the early 1970s, using illustrations by the comic book illustrator Joe Orlando, and it depicted these shrimp basically as humanoid animals, which that's the part I remember.
Yeah.
But then in Wikipedia it says many purchasers were disappointed by the dissimilarity and by the short lifespan of the animals.
Where's my shrimp people?
Yeah, pretty much.
Von Braunhut is quoted as saying, I think I bought something like 3.2 million pages of comic book advertising a year. It worked awesomely.
Thanks for the money, jerks.
Yeah.
So that's a little history of sea monkeys.
So then, so like shortly after like the sea monkey story, the Gilmans come home, and
Yeah, while Nick Cage and Samuel L. Jackson are there, and Rommel.
Yeah.
Right. So they come in, and then they see Samuel L. Jackson and Nick Cage. And Nick Cage points the shotgun at him, and he goes, Mr. and Mrs. Rommel, I presume. I laughed out loud at that, dude. It's just like that. Like that made me. And he keeps calling him that.
Yeah. Even when he says it's not Rommel, it's Gilman. He's like, okay, Mr. Rommel.
Like I fucking loved it so much.
Yeah, that was good.
But then somewhere along the line, they introduced this whole like psychiatrist negotiator plot.
Yeah, that was
so.
It was so dumb.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah,
I could done without that.
Yeah.
So like I just didn't care.
Very like he's like very soft. Like I want to have friends too. Do you want to be my friend?
This film I think is about like an hour 38 or something like that. I feel like if you cut him out, it's probably like 1:30 and like good length.
Right.
Yeah.
Not needed.
So now we should. So this whole time, all of this whole time, the whole police force and everyone think that Amos and Andrew are still inside the Sterling house.
Yes. They think that for a very long time.
Right. But yeah, they're in fact at the Gilman house.
And this is when Nick Cage gets the pizza again.
Yeah, he orders the pizza. But also, it's like while the negotiator guy is talking on the walkie-talkie, the chief escapes by slipping out of his boots. Because he got taped by his boots, not by his legs.
Yep, there it is.
And like, yeah, here's like more stupid slapstick comedy where like he's like wiggling out and like he's walking up with the chair still on him. But even after the chief escapes, the chief still thinks that they're still in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and that's what I said. Like, they think for a very long time that they're still in the Sterling house.
Yeah.
Like,
it doesn't make any sense.
The chief was in the Sterling house.
Yeah.
And he somehow thinks that they're still there.
That's what I don't get.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Dumb.
So this is where he keeps calling them the Rommels.
Yes.
And he's like, it's not Rommel, it's Gilman. He's like, Gilman, where have I heard that name? And he looks at the tape and it says Gilman interview or something like that.
Right.
And he's like, oh, and he puts it in the VCR and he's like,
Well, then at first he's like, oh, a little kinky here, huh?
oh, yeah, he thinks it's a sex tape. That's right. So then he puts it in the VCR and he's like, we're not racist, but there's a black when you see a black man on this island with a stereo. So
I just love with the stereo. Like it's like that's what's all like black guys love their music. Right. I like music too though. Yeah.
So then this is where it's all coming together where they're like, oh, the chief thought like this is where they find out like it's all coming together like the chief fucked up because the Gilmans.
And this is where Sam Jackson looks at the Gilmans and is like, it's all your fault, basically. You did all this. You started all this stuff. And Nick Cage is like, wait, oh God.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then, the pizza girl shows up.
Well, he wants the pizza, not just for the pizza, because he wants the pizza truck.
Oh, yeah. Because this whole time, him and Samuel L. Jackson are trying to figure out a way at this point, are they both trying to, like, get out?
Yes.
Of, like, the town, city, whatever,
at this point, they're still both on the same page of trying to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Gilman won't give up the car keys.
Right.
Because I guess
his first wife.
His second wife was a gift to him. I guess his new wife is his third. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she didn't look too happy when he's like, my wife gave that to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Didn't it seem weird that, I mean, it seemed like the Gilmans were like well off.
Right.
Yeah.
Didn't it seem weird that they only had one car? I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. But then again, it is their summer house, so maybe they only need one car in the summer house.
That's true.
Yeah.
It would be a pain to bring two cars on a ferry.
Okay, good point. All right. I stand corrected.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Show me one car. So then the pizza girl shows up. What?
It's just turned into Regis for like 2 seconds.
I'll tell you. The pizza girl shows up. He's like, oh, how'd you get past the cops? And she goes, what cops?
Yeah.
Police?
Yeah. And then they look outside and it's just like her one like motorized bike.
Yeah.
Which was sweet.
Yeah, I would like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's when he realizes that they're still at the Sterling house.
Right. The cops are still,
And then you can tell, like, his face is like, God, what a bunch of idiots. Like, how do you not know we're here? Yeah, it's like that.
He's on the front porch. He's just like, what?
Yeah.
And then, like, shortly after that, like, there's that weird scene where the pizza girl is... Yes.
Just before that. So, as soon as, like, the girl gets there and she, like, hands him the pizza, I thought it was so weird. Nicolas Cage takes the pizza, shakes it. And then he goes, oh, it smells good. Yeah. I was like, who shakes a pizza?
So it's like you smell it. It's like it wafts.
Right.
Like,
Get all this.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Cheese all over that box.
Yeah, that's how it works, yeah.
But, and then they do... Yeah, the Samuel L. Jackson and the Gilmans are kind of by the TV still. The tape's playing, I think. But then kind of more by the front door, it's Nicolas Cage and the delivery girl who looks young.
All right.
17.
Yes.
17.
Later reveals she's 17. They're having a very cringy conversation.
Yeah. I mean, how old do you think he is? He's got to be in his 30s, right?
Late 20s, early 30s, I would say.
Yeah, at least 30s.
Yeah. Yeah, because then he goes
his hair's also batshit crazy most of this movie.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
that's every movie.
He's like a drifter type, so there you go.
Do we want to know how old he actually is at the time of filming this?
Yes.
Shoot. Okay.
93. So, yeah, they're hitting on each other.
He's not 93. Sorry.
So And then once again, while this is happening, they show the preacher's group like arriving
He
on the
was
island.
29, actually.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, he doesn't.
Aging rough.
Yeah, he really is. I think just the hairline.
It's
maybe.
probably the hairline. Yeah.
And he has a gold tooth in this movie too.
Yes, he
Which is-
does.
yeah, it throws it off.
Ages him too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm assuming.
So yeah, the preachers group like arrive like from the ferry, and they make it because they even like show them like even throughout the movie, like it shows them like traveling to the island.
Yes.
And they're singing the whole time.
Yep. Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
makes me believe they've been singing this whole
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
Which is
Gospel music the entire
and it's
way.
also around this point where Davidson, Donaldson, whatever. So at the very beginning of the movie, he puts on blackface, and then once the press arrives, the chief's like, "Oh,
You're a police officer.
clean your face or whatever."
Yeah.
So he cleans it. But it's also at this point in the movie, he puts on blackface again.
Right.
So it's like, was that actress just like, "Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
blackface"? It's all me. Like,
Another thing that kind of made me laugh out loud is when the pizza girl is hitting on Nick Cage, when she writes the phone number on his hand, the look that he gives Samuel L. Jackson. Like I can't even explain it.
Yeah,
He's like, oh, I'm doing it.
Yeah, like, I
Like,
did it.
like it really
Yeah, it's
gave
funny.
me quite the chuckle.
Well, I like it because he asked, and like the whole conversation is like, "Oh, you got a boyfriend?"
Right.
She's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I do." He's like, "Oh, are you in love?" Not
No.
really.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh boy, here it goes."
Oh boy.
yikes.
So then he gives the pizza girl the interview tape.
Yes, and says, "Give it to like the press. They'll know what to do with it."
Right.
Yeah. Oh god.
And then she ding. But then she just ends up giving it back to Waldo Lake.
Yes. Yeah, the pizza. Yeah. Nick Cage tells the pizza girl, like, I have this tape, give it to a reporter. She rides on over, gives it to the first reporter. Cool. Because that Waldo Lake has that press badge on his car
visor.
Car visor.
Yeah.
So this whole time Nick Cage has been asking for the car keys from the Gilmans.
Yes.
And then like he's like, I'll give you to the count of 3. And Samuel,
Sorry, go ahead.
Fast forward again.
No, I watched this whole part and I should have just fast forwarded the entire thing.
So he's like, I'm gonna give you to the count of 3, but Samuel Jackson's like, he won't do it. He doesn't have it in him.
Yeah, he's not a killer. He's a
Right.
small time.
And Nick Cage's like, oh, why did you go and say that?
Right.
And then
And where's the key?
it's just on the table.
Yeah.
And how many times did Rommel Gilman look at the key on the table? Did you notice that he's tied up and he's like,
Yeah. Well, and so I'll have to watch this movie again. But I swear the entire movie, Rommel has a key on his collar. So I was like, oh, that's where the key's going to be. But like, no, it's just on the table. I was so disappointed.
Yeah. And I can understand why Nick Cage wouldn't think it's a key, because it's one that's like a little black like box. I think
like
you
the
hit a
flip
button,
out.
yeah, and the key part shoots out. Well, Sam Jackson he realizes, he knows that's the key. How come he didn't say anything earlier?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I have no answer for you.
I'm just stupid.
So then the Reverend finally shows up to the house.
They have torches.
That's what I'm
where
like.
do the torches come
like,
from?
What kind of like? Aren't you a peaceful group?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
kind of clansy, if you ask. And then Amos and Andrew, like they're fighting. He's like, oh, get in the car. And then like Rommel gets in the car. And he's like, get out of the car.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's funny. Once again, Rommel is saving the movie.
Yes.
So then the chief and Reverend Brunch are having this back and forth, and it's very. I don't know if you guys. It was kind of comical how small the Reverend's megaphone was.
Yeah.
It was very tiny.
Well, and the chief couldn't work his at all at any point in this
it
movie.
was that's another. That's another shtick that they kept going.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're going back and forth with their megaphones, and then the one protester like hops like the railing to the porch. And
he had hops.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
There's an obvious. Never mind. I'm just gonna.
We all saw it, Chris.
He just levitated up to that porch.
Hover bikes. So while one of the protesters and one of the cops are wrestling with a torch, it goes through the window.
Immediately lights the curtains on fire.
Right, and like the one, the reverend's wife's like, "You're gonna burn down the house," and he's like, "Damn!" And then they both walk away, and they're like, "All right."
Yeah, they burn the house down. They're like, "Okay,
peace out."
They just leave. All of them just leave.
Right. Yeah, and then Pizza Girl gives the tape to the reporter. And then there's this whole thing where they call like the tracking dogs.
Yeah, the bloodhounds.
Yeah.
Right. But then here's what I don't get. So the track dogs are going after because Samuel Jackson. Because Samuel Jackson and Nick Cage like have this fight on the lawn, and then Samuel Jackson gets away from him and he starts running down the road.
Yep.
And then the track dogs are like chasing Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, because basically the chief's like, "Oh, get the bloodhounds."
Yeah.
Like, bloodhounds arrive.
Get the twins or whatever.
Yeah.
They arrive at the Sterling house, and basically they go like through the house, and they go out the side door that Nicolas Cage and Samuel L. Jackson went out to the neighbor's house, the Gilmans.
Right.
And basically are following Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson is walking back to
his house. Right.
Nicolas Cage is in the Gilman's car at this point.
Yes.
Okay. Just try to tire.
Right. And then Nick Cage sees Samuel Jackson being chased by the bloodhounds.
Yeah, they're in like a middle of a field.
Right?
Yeah, okay.
And then Nick Cage cuts off the bloodhound, or no, he does eat. He rips donuts around him. He rips donuts around the bloodhounds to slow him down, and then he picks up Samuel L. Jackson, and then like they hop on top of the car.
Yeah.
And then this is what I don't get. So like the dogs like run up to the car, and Samuel L. Jackson has the chief's wallet.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "No, get this instead."
Yeah.
Right. Of course.
So then this causes the bloodhounds to like go after a completely different subject. I'm like, I don't think it works that way.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's fine.
So then,
I'm sure that's how it works.
So then the dogs go after the chief, and then this is where like they, like the press find out like
it all fell apart.
Right, it all falls apart.
Yeah, because does Waldo Lake just be like, because all I remember is that like all the reporters like, so all the reporters are interviewing the chief. The bloodhounds come chase him away.
Yeah.
And then does Waldo Lake just be like, I have something of interest?
Yeah.
And they're like, what's on the tape?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Waldo was, I guess, what I got from it, he's been looking for his big break his entire life.
Yeah.
And so this is his big break.
Yeah.
So good job, Waldo. I also have written here, still not funny.
There's a couple funny lines.
Yeah, but what the funny that we're going for just didn't hit with me.
Right.
It's their little like outtakes here and there were funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then Nick Cage and Samuel Jackson are like, they take the ferry back to Boston, I think.
Sure.
I wrote something about Nick Cage's hair. I don't remember what I meant by that.
Yeah.
And then Nick Cage or Samuel Jackson gets reunited with his wife, who's black.
I turned off the movie. I saw that.
Shut up.
I saw that part. I'm like, I'm done. And I turned it off.
Really?
Yeah, I think there was maybe like 2 minutes left or something like that. I was like, I can't do this anymore. This is stupid.
Yeah, because the whole time during the movie, like they kind of insinuate that Samuel L. Jackson's wife is
to a white woman, right?
Yeah, like he's trying to forget where he came from.
Yeah, but at the very end, we found out she's black.
Right.
And then he's like, we're going to need to do a little work on the house.
Right.
And I was like,
it needs a lot of work.
Well, Brandon's turning this off.
But then you missed the best part of the whole movie.
I'm not
Because
sad
Nick Cage is like, time to go to Canada. But then it shows an interstate sign pointing south. So he went the wrong way. And
maybe he doesn't realize Canada's north.
also, Sir Mix-a-Lot starts playing.
The ending credits were the song that is are fucking amazing.
Right, I'm like, Sir Mix-a-Lot,
I miss Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Yep.
The song is Suburban Nightmare.
Suburban Nightmare.
Written and performed by Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Yep.
Oh man, that's disappointing. Probably the best part of the movie.
It was pretty good, actually. I was
Damn
happy. And
big butts. Nick Cage, Samuel L. Jackson.
it did kind of follow the plot of the movie. Did you listen to the whole thing? No. It basically follows the plot of the movie. So I was like,
hostage situation.
yeah.
Thanks a lot.
So you definitely missed it, but did you know there's an after credits scene?
No! Oh my god! It's like a Marvel movie.
Why?
Well, Samuel L. Jackson, he's in all those movies, so it just ties all
there
in.
you go. There you go.
Clearly, this movie is in the Marvel universe.
Yes, yeah.
You didn't miss much. It's literally the guy, the Bloodhound trainer guy. It's just like him running in the field with the dogs. And
Really?
And Rommel. Yeah, it's so like clearly just some B footage they had, but they're just running in a field. Like, all right.
Yeah.
These dogs are expensive. We better get all the footage we can out of them. Oh my god. Any good facts or
trivia? Not really. Besides the fucking sea monkey trivia.
Well, it was based off of Amos and Andy.
Yes.
I know that.
well, yeah, and there's
That's
that
all.
one line too.
Yeah, they briefly mentioned it in
don't
the movie.
say Nick.
Right.
Sam Jackson's like, don't say our names. Don't
Right.
say it like that. Yeah,
That was a radio show, right?
I believe.
Yeah.
Was it? Okay. I probably should research that part. So on IMDb, the keywords for the plot of this movie are kidnapping, makes sense, police, writer, as in like writer, someone who writes,
Okay.
kitchen, a little odd, and false accusation.
Huh.
There it is. Confused by the kitchen one.
They were in a kitchen for a little bit.
I mean, there's the frying pan. That's the only thing I can think of.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That's more cookware than kitchen.
So then something that we decided that we're going to start implementing, because most of these movies are really terrible.
Yes.
So just keeping it real, bro. Keeping it real like Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Oh, you don't need to convince the person that fast forwarded through a lot of this.
There it is.
So we need to come up with a tagline for the movie.
Yes. Do you
Okay.
want to hear the actual tagline?
Yes.
Okay. It's not good. It's misunderstood, period. Misplaced, period. Mismatched, period.
Okay. I'm going to go with come for the Rommel, stay for the Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Ooh. Like that actually like sells me the movie. It's like, okay.
Yeah, damn right. Or well, I'm going to leave it as that because like who's Rommel? Or you can be like come for Rommel the dog, which sounds dirty, but
I like that one.
Brand.
I'd say you'll probably fast forward 20 minutes.
Just imagine a poster with that on the top. You'll probably fast forward. I don't know. It's the only thing I think of is just like when did this come out? 1993.
Yeah.
It's like it's 1993. Blackface is apparently cool again.
Oh man.
So at this point, I think this is episode 13. I think
you're right.
Yeah.
So at this point, what would we say collectively are our top 3 Nicolas Cage movies that we've seen so far? If need be, I can look up a list.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
So I might drop a minor bomb, at least on Brandan, but I actually really like this movie.
Oh yeah, I guess we should say if we recommend it or not.
Yes.
So you would recommend it?
Yeah. I like this movie. Here's the thing. I agree the stuff that's supposed to be funny, like the jokes are not funny.
I agree.
It's the unintentional, like little things here and there that are funny.
I must say, so this one, I probably had the most laugh out loud moments
It's me too.
at this movie.
Me too.
Yeah.
So for me,
probably regret fasting forward. Fasting forward.
Fasting forward. Yes.
He was not eating during it.
and moving forward. So yeah, top 3 for me. This might be up there, and definitely Vampire's Kiss. I know for sure.
Oh man, I disagree on the laptop. Can I have a list?
I can name them.
Do you have all them right there?
Yeah. Valley Girl, Birdie, Boy in Blue, Time to Kill, Raising Arizona, Vampire's Kiss, Wild at Heart, Firebirds, Zandali, Honeymoon in Vegas, Deadfall, Arsenal.
Fuck.
So
I know I got mine.
yes, my top 3.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would say is not in any order.
Right.
Amos and Andrew, Firebirds, Vampire's Kiss.
Wait, which one was Firebirds?
Top Gun with helicopters.
Yeah, the helicopters.
Helicopters. He's the greatest.
Yeah.
Fuck. Did you say you already know your 3?
I'm kind of thinking again. If you know, go ahead. But do you recommend, and what are your 3?
Yes.
Okay. Why do you recommend it?
I do. Because like I said, this is probably the one I've had the most laugh out loud moments with.
Okay.
So I would. I'm going to go. Fuck. Yeah, I'm going to go with this. Amos and Andy. Boy in Blue.
Interesting.
And
Fart Catcher.
Fart Catcher. And I'm going to go with, I think I might go with Deadfall.
Oh, wow.
Over Vampire's Kiss?
Wow.
Yeah, yes.
I don't agree with that.
Bren.
I do recommend the movie.
Oh,
Even though
you're such a fucking hypocrite, dude.
No, I recommend it.
You're a real piece of shit.
But I do recommend fast forwarding the beginning when there's the shots are firing with Sam Jackson part. You can fast forward that. There's no need to watch any of that. I don't think the part where they're like, oh,
so you would say fast forward until Nicolas Cage is
pretty much
reintroduced, basically. Like I said, I think it's like 20 or 30 minutes in.
But you don't really need to know none of that matters. None of it matters. It's just a waste, and it's not funny.
That's where we meet Rommel.
It's a waste.
Best character in the
and
movie.
It's not funny. There's plenty of Rommel later. True. And see, the ending was okay. The story, not the racism part, but the actual story.
Are you saying racism isn't okay?
The actual story.
Please, no one chop up that clip.
It was a good story. Like it was. I thought it was a good story.
I legit was like, oh, what's gonna happen next?
Right. Yeah.
Like they got to the neighbors.
Right.
They got to the Gilmans, and then the Gilmans came home. We're like, oh shit.
Right. Yeah. So I enjoyed the story
Is
part.
the pizza gonna arrive on time?
Right. So you gotta shake that pizza.
I didn't think it was funny. It had its moments of funny, but overall, I didn't think it was funny. So like, if you want to watch a movie where it does a decent story and you're gonna laugh, sporadically throughout, that's why I recommend it.
Okay.
Top 3, I would say Valley Girl.
Really?
I say
Valley Girl's all right.
I say it because it really does introduce you to what Nicolas Cage is gonna be for everything. That's why I recommend Valley Girl.
Okay.
Vampire's Kiss, because so far that's been his most incredible.
I can't believe you don't recommend Vampire's Kiss.
Yeah.
It's so bad, she's crazy.
Yeah.
And Firebirds, because it's helicopters.
Yeah.
Really?
Firebirds was I thought it was really good.
Did you say this? Wait, which ones did you say?
Valley Girl,
Okay.
Firebirds, and Vampire's Kiss.
My list was the same except for Valley Girl. It's Amos and Andrew.
I just say Vampire's Kiss because so far that's his most.
That's
out
top
there.
of Nick Cage freak
and
out.
I think Firebirds is just a solid, kind of action
It's
flick.
like with the Family Feud theme, as each person is listing their thing, can you go ding, 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 and like shh, ding, ding, ding. Fuck. So none of mine are in there. Oh wait, no. Wait, what did I say?
I don't know.
What did I say?
You said Deadfall, I believe.
Yeah,
I said Deadfall, this, and Boy in Blue.
Yeah. Really? So we at least all agree on this movie.
Well, it's not the same.
He didn't even.
No, I said I'd recommend it, but I don't. I'd say my top 3. No. Well, see, but Boy in Blue, I like that too. It's just not my top 3. I did it on purpose.
No,
I thought Boy in Blue was good. Like I did think it was a good movie. It's just not my top 3. It could be 4 or 5. So I don't want to hurt your feelings.
It's fine. I'll get over it.
Whatever it is.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like we can't agree.
Yeah.
I mean, you two kind of, but.
Well, I mean, I think we're kind of in the ballpark. We got one. We all agreed on one, didn't we?
Is there one that we all agree on?
No.
What was your top 3 again? You said Deadfall?
Deadfall. This one. And.
Oh, yeah.
And.
You're weird, dude.
What did I say? Oh, and Boy in Blue.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you two got this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're all whatever.
So it sounds like we have a top 4.
Yeah.
4 or
We're
5.
close. We're close.
All right.
Is there any movie that like we straight up hate?
Birdie.
Yeah.
I hate Birdie.
Yeah.
Zandali.
Zandali was.
Birdie.
But it did have the dancing scene.
It did. I could stomach.
Do we hate Birdie and Zandali more than Time to Kill?
Oh.
I gotta go back in.
That's the movie. That's not even
Time
in
to Kill.
English.
Actually, you know what?
That's right.
No.
Time to Kill.
Yeah, I think I hate Time to Kill the most.
Time to Kill. Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you guys hate Zandali more than that.
Yes. And if you're on YouTube watching, comment, what is your top 3?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Let us know. Let us know what your top 3 is out of the ones that you've listened to or watched so far.
Yes.
Interested to know.
Wait. Which one did we have the microwave? Oh, that was Arsenal.
Yes. We talked about microwaves in Arsenal. Watch that episode.
And then, do you guys recommend this Aldi beer?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Like, I'm not a huge IPA person.
I'm not a huge IPA guy either. So
I used to be.
So I was deciding between this and they had like a Shinerbach ripoff.
Yeah.
What in terms of color, what's a Shinerbach?
It's a dark. It's like a darker.
Yeah, it's darker.
It's
Yeah.
like a Bach beer.
Yeah.
And Shinerbach I really like.
Yeah, me
You can't
too.
have too many though.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah.
It's a good IPA for people that don't really like IPAs. I'd say this one is because it's not
super hoppy.
Super hoppy.
Super hoppy, yeah.
It's got a
100%.
good hoppy flavor. Like you said, kind of piney.
Yeah.
But if you like that, yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Oh, I totally forgot. Budget $17 million. What do you think the box office was? I'll give you the hint. It did not do well.
I'm gonna go with 20 million.
I say 10.
Very close. 9.7 million.
Ooh. Wow. Look at
Have
me.
any of the movies made a profit yet?
I think maybe like 1 or 2.
Yeah, there's
So far.
one that
did
did
Honeymoon
well.
Honeymoon
Vegas
Vegas, I think, did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember there's one that did well.
Yeah.
But the rest, no, not really.
Yeah, I think Valley Girl maybe cut even.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of numbers. I don't remember.
Okay.
So the next movie after this will be Red Rock West.
Yes.
Yes, it will be.
Yeah. Yes. There's a lot of movies in 1993. It feels like.
Yeah.
Because last week was not Arsenal, but I think Deadfall was 93.
Deadfall's 93.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of early 90s Nick Cage films.
All right. So that'll do it for this time. We still need to come up with a sign off.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if I can keep on going with this bibbity boop thing.
Bye.
Bibbity boop.
We're going with it.
Okay.
This episode, we're going with it. Bippity boop.
Bibbidi boop. Hey, this is Brian.
Chris.
Brandon, if you're watching us on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Hit it. You will see us. You will like us. You will listen. You will watch us.
Oh, this got really aggressive. And we hope to see you then. Bye-bye.